So as we've mentioned, school's just a few days away, but there is another important issue that parents should be aware of, and that is, of course, bullying.
Yeah, it can be in person. It can most often be online. Veronica Meadows has talked with families about the reality of the situation and an organization that is working to address this problem. Veronica, we're seeing this on social media, but a lot of times kids feel like their voices aren't being heard.
You know, that's really exactly right. We spent the summer really looking into bullying. We had a lot of people coming forward saying, hey, bullying's different. We want to raise awareness about it. And after speaking with the family, I can assure you it is very, very different than what it used to be. And a lot of it has to do with the rise in technology, and a lot of it also has to do with schools and adults really trying to keep up and really learning how to fight bullying. So we put together a two-part series surrounding bullying, especially with school right around the corner. And so our first story will air tonight. Here you will hear from a family. We'll show you why bullying is different. We'll also talk to some administrators about some of the challenges that they face when fighting bullying, particularly with that rise in technology. We'll also introduce you to a program who has a unique approach. Here's a listen.
The students are the catalyst for change. It's something where they feel confident, they feel empowered, and they are able to say, this is not okay in our school.
So you heard it right there, students really being the catalyst for change. That was from somebody with Defeat the Label. And really that program comes down to empowering students, focusing on the students, and really giving students the opportunity to say, hey, this isn't what we want to be in school. This isn't what we want to do. And they'll explain why that approach works. So that's kind of our first story. And then tomorrow we break down Michigan's bullying law. That's something that schools are required to follow. There has been criticism from some folks who are education insiders about schools not following the law to the extent that they should. Also, we're going to take a look into how those numbers are being reported at the state. So a lot of people on both sides. It's a conversation, you know, that I think a lot of folks are really going to have heading into the school year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, you know, the kids are always, because of the technology, sort of a step ahead of everybody else. So I can only imagine how difficult it is for school administrators and especially parents. But, you know, modeling that good behavior has to be really important too, you know.
It really does. And to your point about it being tough with parents, particularly the bullying incident we're going to highlight tonight, we will show you why it's so hard and why it's something that adults may not even know how to deal with right away. So lots of important conversations to your point. Look forward to showing you all.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm so glad you're bringing this to our attention because it is something we deal with every year. We're just covering it. Parents like yourself, an expecting parent, I mean, those are things that that are very front and center, you know, the health and safety of your kids.
Yeah, mom, dad, grandparents, great conversation here. Great conversation starter. Veronica, we do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it. Thank you both.
Thanks.